Okay, good morning and welcome to this hybrid meeting of the Grants Subcommittee of the Policy and Resources Committee. I would remind all attendees that this meeting is being recorded and webcast live on the Council's YouTube channel. I've agreed the attendance of some members remotely and would remind all remote attendees to mute their microphones when not speaking. For any members of the public watching, please note that all the public committee reports, including details of specific recommendations, are available on the Council's website. We'll start with the agenda for the meeting. Any apologies or substitutes?
Thank you, Convener. No, we have no apologies or substitutions.
Okay, item 2, any declarations of interest or statements of transparency? Councillor Bell.
Thank you, Convener. A statement of transparency just around item 4, the Sustainable Kirriemuir bid. I've participated in a few events with Sustainable Kirriemuir, but I'm not a trustee and haven't been involved in this bid, so I'll stay in. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. I don't see any other statements. We'll move on to item 3, the minutes of the previous meeting. That was the meeting of the 17th of June. Any comments on the minutes? Can we take these as approved? Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the business of today. Item 4, Angus Council's Nature Restoration Fund allocation 25-26, and we have Kellyanne Dempsey to give a brief outline of what's involved, and there may be questions and comments afterwards.
Thank you, Convener. Good morning. Thank you. So this report updates the subcommittee on the capital and revenue grant allocation to Angus Council from the Scottish Government Edinburgh Process Strand. And this forms part of the National Nature Restoration Fund, which is now in its 5th year. So the funding stream has provided an opportunity for long-term cross-service working, which addresses the nature and climate crisis. Project delivery contributes to Angus Council's statutory nature and climate duties and is included in regular mandatory reporting to the Scottish Government. This report recommends several new projects and further phases of existing projects for approval for delivery against the grant allocation for the current financial year 2025-26. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on the report? Oh, Councillor Bell.
Thank you. Thanks, Kellyanne. I really welcome this paper and the projects that are being funded. Particularly concerned, I guess, about the Kinnordy issue around degradation. This is an absolute treasure in our ward, and I walk it every day with the dog. It's just beautiful, and I meet lots of people who really treasure it as well in terms of the wildlife and the environment. Are there any particular chemicals that have emerged as the worst perpetrators, if you like, of this degradation? And does this include negotiations with the farming practices around about to reduce that toxicity? Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Bell. Without having a report with actual figures on chemical pollutants, an opinion of mine based on previous work and knowledge of catchment sort of scale issues, because the area is arably farmed, possibly phosphates and nitrates, maybe leaching long term. I think an issue really at Kinnordy has also been silt. So silt, very fine silts have sort of long term leached into the catchment area too. So there are some issues in the catchment where flooding and almost drying out because of siltation exist together. So it's a really complicated picture at Kinnordy. So this is why this project has been proposed by RSPB Scotland initially, who want to part fund this to look at a catchment sort of scale approach. It's quite a small catchment for Kinnordy Loch and the surrounding areas, but because there are quite a few designated sites around the site as well, it's deemed as a priority. Hope that answers that question.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Nicholl.
Thank you. So yeah, I understand these proposals are very much at the outline stage, but I was just wondering what considerations have been made regarding like procurement? Will trees, plants, seeds, etc. be sourced locally? Thanks.
Take that one.
Yes, thank you. I think I'll pass you to Scharnberger from the Parks team, who can answer more about trees and seed.
Thank you. Yeah, the majority of the larger projects on the capital side of the funding are actually going to be undertaken by the Parks Services team, so by the Parks Operations team themselves. So the tree planting, the planting at the Elms and Edsallmuir and so on, all of them are going to be internally sourced. So we are definitely keeping it local. I hope that answers it. Thank you.
Just a supplementary there, effectively most of the work here is actually done by our own Parks Department, whether it's stripping out or replanting more trees.
That's correct, yes. We only have a few subcontractors for some of the projects. So, for example, at Rosemount Estate, where we're talking about large-scale removal of the existing rhododendron, we need special machinery for that, so that we have to outsource. But most of it will be done in-house. So
it's a good example of our Parks Department increasing their income effectively. Now, they're good at doing that, and that's we're getting their work paid for by some of this grant. So I think it's a good scheme. I think it's improving the environment, the countryside, but also it's helping to support our own operations, which I think is quite good. Any further questions? Okay, any comments? Councillor Meehan.
Thank you, Convener. Just to say that I welcome all of the applications for grant funding and I would support this application.
Yep. Any other comments? Councillor Beattie.
Yeah, just to echo what Councillor Meehan just said, there's a lot of good projects on here and it's good to see it spread wide all across Angus. So really happy to support this paper.
Yeah, I would just echo that as well. I think that the projects are well spread across Angus. There's a number of well-known spots like Kepty Pond, Montrose Basin, Edsallmuir, etc., where we're working. So I think it's worthy stuff. It's improving the environment. It's replanting trees. It's removing species that we don't like rhododendrons, and and some of it is this is just the latest phase of what's been a multi-year project. So this is another bit. So yeah, I think it's certainly happy to support this. Any other comments? Okay, can I just move that we approve the paper as written? Okay, thanks for that. That's the end of the meeting, and we'll doubtless see you all at 10 o'clock somewhere else or back in the same place. Thanks for your attendance today. Thank you.